What's up, guys? It's your boy, Dope Randy, back at it again with another video. This time I'm going to be doing the Folds of Honor Quiktrip 500 from Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. The last race we did, we went to Darlington. And Darlington was ups and downs. It turned into who could make the fewest mistakes. And that turned out to be TG, who got the win. And we got third. We qualified third. Got third in the first stage. Sits in the second stage after a multitude of bad things happening. And in the third stage, we got third after pretty much the entire field decided to just lose talent. So, we go to Atlanta. Now, Atlanta seems calm and tame, but it is not. This has a history of being one of the most this has to be known as one of the craziest races on the schedule annually, and I just don't know why. As we get the qualifying race started. And we're basically just going to try to chill and do what we do best. Try to go fast. And I didn't realize we have 3 poles this season. And let's see if we can take our 4th pole of the year away from these guys. As Hunty and Major was back in our race. Good to see them back. And back at it. And so, well, basically, I don't know why we're side by side. I need to get back behind Hunty. And that is exactly what happens. And so, we're going to try just to go as fast as we can. That was a 29:13. That ain't necessarily gonna help the cause. Hunty drifts up the track just a little bit. And now we're side by side again. And then I get really loose. And this lap is going to be a 29.093. If it Major clips the apron, that was close. And then are we going to be 3 wide for the qualifying race? No. And so I'm basically just going to have to try to hold off Hunty here. And Duck King, even though this is probably not the move for the fastest lap. And then Duck hits the apron, hits Hunty. That was a plow. And now I'm all alone, and we have more wrecking in the back. And yeah, I'm basically all alone. Because we're coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go in the qualifying race, preceded by Coca-Cola. #cheap plug. And this ain't going to be the fastest lap of the race. This ain't going to be my fastest lap. I'm just going to try to get a good feel for the track. As I think we're going to win this race unless something happens. And it doesn't. Coming out of the final turn. We're gonna get the qualifying race win, which doesn't mean anything. It's diddly squat. So, yeah. But that 29.09, I'm not feeling too confident about. I think it'll be a good lap time, but I don't know where that's going to put us when it comes to the race. And we're starting to strive for the points for the end of the regular season. So every point is critical. While we wait for the qualifying results to come in, if you like what you see, hit the thumbs up and subscribe down below and hit the bell to turn on all notifications. If you never want to miss a video. I know we're going to be busting videos out just like this. It's about playoff time, so you want to be in tune for that. I know we've got 2 more races in Cup after this one, and 2 more races in Trucks after this, so like, subscribe, and hit the bell to turn on all notifications. And we get 5th, which is very surprising. Very surprising indeed. And the big shocker was going to be Trilogy Ninja gets the pole at an 89. You just got to give him a round of applause for that one. Oh wait, I think it was... Oh, was it a 98? I think it was a 98. And you just have to give him a round of applause for that one. And also Cam Black in that 62 getting P2 at a 98. You also have to give him a round of applause because that is something he extremely needs. In addition, P3, the biggest surprise, I think. Well, I don't know. Duck King, how? That is easily his best qualifying result of the season. And I think it ties his all-time career best qualifying record. I know last year he got the exact same spot at the half-mile short track in Bristol, Tennessee. So, P3. We get 5th, Major's 4th, and Hunty is 6th. So, the question is, how are we going to make our way to the front? We're going to try to play stage 1 and 2 pretty conservatively. Wait till the final run in stage 3 so we can set ourselves up for the win. With that said, we are live from Atlanta. Pretty good start up to this point. Duck King is going to drift up the track, and I'm going to take it 3 wide, and I see momentum, and then Trilogy just... Dang it. Oh! What was that? Ow! I thought we was going to be okay until Mega. I think it was Mega who just... If that was real life, we would have been killed. And well, that's what I get for being aggressive, I guess. I mean, I saw Duck King drift up the track and pretty much left the bottom lane wide open. And I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm not just gonna... I can't... Wait, double negatives. I'm not just gonna sit there and do nothing about it. Fuck it. And do nothing about it. I'm gonna take that bottom lane. It was there. And then Trilogy, I guess he just mistimed the block by a second or so. And then I don't know what happened behind us. But all I saw was Mega like a silver streak of lightning in the night sky in a thunderstorm just came down and killed us. I thought we was going to be okay till all that happened. So that's cool. I mean, Atlanta, in the past, it's not been good to us. for stage points. It's not been good to me for stage points, if you will. So that's okay. We're back to 13th spot. We were 14th, but Strauss just lagged out in front of us. Rip. That's a rip in the comments section. And we get 13th. And so we basically have nothing to do here. All we can do is try to catch Mega Smoked in that 24 test scheme. As we get loose and just pound the wall. And I mean, we just flatlined the wall. I mean, it's kind of tough to catch people too, because this is a relatively full throttle track. I mean, the way my setup is going to be, I'm going to sacrifice speed, raw speed in the short run in stage 1. But as the long run happens in 2 and 3, we ought to be up towards the front. So back in 13th place, we got to think of a plan here. Because I see 10th, but he's all the way down in turn 1. He's about 3/4 of a turn ahead of us. And I don't know who that is. Nor do I care who that is. So the plan is to try... Well, oh, whoa. Marcus came down pit road, I think. Yeah, that was Marcus. And Mega, I don't know what he was trying to do. It looked like he was coming down pit road. Then at the last second, he didn't want to and just came back out onto the track. I don't know why, but it is what it is. But we're going to try to make it. We're going to try to come down pit road as early as we can while we're making it. And it's going to be right now. And we're going to take 2 tiles because I got to gain some of that track position I lost and try to get some stage points. Meanwhile, I'm just thinking, I don't know if Marcus is going to make it. A full tank. I think he's going to be 1 lap short. I pitted on the edge. Like I'm drifting on the edge of society. I don't know where that song came from, but I just thought about that. Anyway, so we're in 12th. We got ahead of Jekyll and Hyde. It looks like, so we're probably gonna get back into the top 10. As we've got an even 10 laps to go in stage 1. And now we can go full throttle. And so, just like in the previous run to stage 1, we are all by ourselves. However, we're going to get Omega, and we're going to get Ryan. And no, ladies and gentlemen, this is not season 1. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Ryan 243323. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the same person who is in the Silver Racing League Hall of Fame. That is the same person who has a championship. And he is back. I don't know if it's full-time, part-time. I think it's full-time. I think he's full-time in that 95. that it was a certain person who shall not be named. Raced 2 races, got kicked. Then they went to young boy Terrell, who I guess quit. And they needed a replacement for the 95. Ryan was available. I know he's been doing some really good work. He's a part of the military, and I appreciate all he does for us. And I guess he's now back in the States, and it's good to see him back on the track in that 95. The usual 95 scheme. As what happened? Someone just clipped the grass. I don't know who that was. But yeah, it's good to see Ryan, the Hall of Famer, back in the league. Of course, this is his first race, and the playoffs are about a week away, and I don't think he can't qualify. But it'll be good to see him get some experience and be with him again. So we got 5 laps to go. I'm up to 8th now. After the 2 tiles, I gained 3 spots. Well, actually 5, technically. I was 13th. I passed Marcus, Jekyll and Hyde, Mega Smoked, Hughes, and Ryan. Ryan and Hughes are on, I believe those 2 are on 4 tiles. I think. I know. Because, if they took 2, anyway. Those 2 took 4 tiles, and they are drafting. And that is the last thing I want, because they're going to come for me. They're going to be on my back door soon. The question is, can I hold them off for the last 3 1/4 laps? I don't think I can, honestly. Because I think I went too aggressive on the 2 tile strat. I could have made it a tick loose, so I feel pretty good. I'm running pretty good lap times, I feel like, with 2 tiles. Just about as good as anyone. But yeah, 4 tiles versus 2 tiles. The 4 tiles wins every single time. And in addition, when the 4 tile people are drafting, it's pretty much like you're bringing a rock to a gunfight. You can't do a damn thing about it. So, here comes Ryan, who's back for now, and I just have no lateral grip. And there's Marcus. I don't know what happened to him. So we're gonna gain a spot. We're gonna gain the spot we just lost to Ryan in the process. And as we're coming to the white flag, we'll have to go in stage 1, presented by Nike, #cheap plug. And you can see this car just has no lateral grip. I'm gonna try to fight Hughes off for 9th, but I don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna try to throw it in, take away the side draft, but it's just not gonna work. And Hughes is gonna get the much needed playoff. It's gonna get the much needed stage point. Okay. And Hughes is going to get the much-needed stage point. I am 4th in points. So, I'm locked in, but I'm looking for playoff points at this point. At this point in the game. However, I will say Mayo Coop in that 88, who's not in this race, he's in the other race. And before I forget, he does go on to win that race. And he won stage 2, so congratulations to him and Team Randall's in that 88. I'm going to guess he drove the nationwide scheme, but I don't know. He did win this race. He did win the second portion of this race. And he got a stage win, I just said that. But anyway, he's catching me for 4th in points, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. As stage 2 is live, and we've got craziness already. 3 wide with me, Trilogy, and Hughes. I'm going to use the run to get around Trilogy. And Jonesy just decides to get up into oncoming traffic. Watch out! And then Mega again! Mega again! Watch out! Mega again just sideswipes us. This time that was not intentional. I mean, neither was the last time. But damn! Talk about getting hit like a pinball machine. That's twice. It's just me and Mega cannot stay off each other tonight. And usually I've been on the bad side of the stick. So, the shotgun. Complete shotgun. As we see JWS in the 23. The good news is that I completely didn't crash. And that's good. But I mean, I have to pass pretty much every single person still on the track. Because Marcus is DNF'd. Strauss lagged out. Oh my god, there's the big one. That's Inca. I'm just going to keep my foot in it. Ow. 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 Well, that. Okay. That's sort of how you get back up through. That's half of them. We went from 15th to 8th. I don't know what happened. I saw my teammate Inca, who, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, got a top 5 in stage 1. That is great. Along with Cam Black in the 62, also got a top 5. The 55 and the 62, Inca and Cam, both got top 5s in stage 1. That's great. That is stupendous. Excellent. I'm just going to say excellent. I'm not going to embarrass myself. I probably did already, but it is what it is. So, anyway. If the Inca and Cam both got top 5s in stage 1, so great job. So we got half of them. Plus 7 on that crash caused by, I don't know. As JWS barely makes it onto the pits. Or did he miss the pit? No, he made it. He made it. And so we're in P7 for the boys. And I see Trilogy and Jonesy just going at it. As they both take a pretty high line. As we have 11 laps to go. In JWS, you see him coming out of the pits. And we're probably going to come down pit road this time. And I didn't say this too, but when I do come down pit road, you have to be extra careful. Because, you know, the pit stop at Atlanta, just like Darlington, is one of the toughest places to get on pit road. It's just sharp and sudden. As we are catching Jonesy and Trilogy, pretty, well, not quick, but catching them. As I feel like I'm pretty fast, and I'm gonna keep going till the gas can won't allow me to go anymore. That's the plan. As you see, Major is also back here in 8th. So that was at the front of the pack. As they both go high, and they both try to come down pit road. Oh, man. That was evasive action. But not really, but that was just unique. That was unique. As we're in 5th now, just like we were in stage 1 for about 15 seconds. Well, not even 15 seconds, for about 10 seconds. And I feel like I'm going to keep going until I can't no more. As Hunting and Mega came down pit road, Ryan, taking it back to season 1 and 2, is winning this thing with Cam and P2. Great run for him. I'm in 3rd, but you saw the field light is on. And you know what that means? We're coming down pit road this time. And we get a great entry. And you do see I loosened it just a touch. Just a touch. You see Ryan come out of the pits. I'm coming in at a 9.1. That is 13 tenths of a second longer than what we did for stage 1. That's not good at all. As I come back onto the track, there goes Jonesy. We get out ahead of Jonesy. We get out behind Jonesy and ahead of Trilogy. So we're back to 8th. That's where we... Was it? Or was it 7th? I can't remember. As Major Spy is now coming out of the pits. There he is. And someone else came out of the pits, so we're up to 6th. And it looks like this is the only person that's going to be within the zip code for me to pass. As stage 2 only has 4 laps to go. And I got 6 tenths of a second. But I feel like I'm relatively faster. But I know Jonesy is going to be tough to pass, so I'm going to have to play this smart heel. I can't just barrel it in. As I get that was a great lap. We gained half the distance. Yeah, we gained half the distance on him. Coming to 3 laps to go. He's running that high line. That middle high line. I don't know what the purpose of that is. But we are on him. I'm going to try to make a move to the bottom. I get loose. He hits me and we save it. 2 laps to go. And we got to wind her back up and do it all over again. Again, he's running that high line. For I don't know why. We get the run down the back. And that's another good turn. As we're coming to the white flag, 1 up to go in stage 2, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings, #cheap plug. I feel like I'm on the inside. We make contact. He chopped me just enough to disrupt my flow in turn 1. And that's a GG for the stage. Unless something happens. And it doesn't. And we're gonna get 6th as I take out my depression on the wall. As Hunty wins the stage. Cam is 2nd again. Good job, Cam, in that 62. Mega is 3rd. Good job to him. Ryan is 4th. Jonesy is 5th. I'm 6th. Major 7th. Inca is 8th. Good job. Good job to him. Omega 9th, Jekyll and Hyde 10th. So all the Team Randall's cars are doing good today. 6th, 2nd, 8th. Now, hopefully, we do not get any crashes right here. That would be lovely for stage 3. This is a long stage. 2 pit stops are required. Ryan got a terrible restart. I'm going to call it like I see it. And it's going to lose a bunch of time. Omega clips the... Oh! Jonesy and Major make contact. And you now kind of see some sort of calmness as Major gets loose right when I say that. So we get up into 4th place. And Mega's going to wash up the track. Just a touch. And just the inside line is going to prevail as I get loose. And that kills that momentum. And here comes Major into 31. And we're going to cut right back down. And Inc is up into 5th. And that unsponsored 55. Give that man a sponsor. And when Major got loose, I'm going to let him come down. As hopefully me, Major, and Inca can get a 3-person draft going. And maybe we can get this, try to go back up towards the front heel. As we still got a long time in this race. It's like golf. You can't win it, but you can lose it early. As we have 33 laps to go. As Inco's starting to fade back just a little bit. And that's sad and depressing. As now it's 2 Team Randall's cars versus Hunting and Major. As hello. That was close. But that's okay. That's okay. As I'm just going to get the run right back on him. Cam's going for the lead. In that 62. That's a bump. I don't blame him. We're going 3 wide. I don't want any part of this. Someone's got to lift. No one's lifting. Major's going to get the inside. I'm going to follow him on the inside because inside is king. Contact is made. And we are in 2nd now. Still the 4 of us are really close together. Anybody's race. As Cam gets back into 3rd place. I don't know what happened to Hunty, but it is what it is. 30 laps to go. As I plan on just riding, trying to create some separation between me, Major, Cam, and Hunty, and everybody else. As I get loose, Cam does a great job saving it in that 62. Again, it's kind of like Homestead. If you hit one of these seams, the back end's gonna kick around on you. As again, we're just trying to ride. As I'm starting to wash up the track. I don't want to get stuck on the outside. as I get a good run into turn 1. And Major goes up. And we're just going to continue to follow as we have a good battle going on behind this. As we got 27 laps to go. I have to slam on the brake. Try not to hit Major. And here comes Hunty right back on us. And Cam is in pursuit. Again, that 62 is very desperate for a win, as he's just going to bump Hunty out of the way. I like the desperation as he comes down pit road. Again, also at Atlanta, you want to run the tank out. We'll come very close to running out the tank, because it is kind of close on fuel strategy here. As I'm going to come down pit road this time. That's a great entry on one of Silva's hardest pit stops to get on. As I've missed 2 pit stops this season, Dover and Darlington. Good thing Daytona's pit stop is pretty easy to get on, because I would hit all the D's for missing pit road on. As we get a 15.7, and that's not terrible. That's not terrible, but I consider it kind of below average. Below average indeed. And here comes Cam in the 62. He's going to take the lead in a race that he doesn't have to win this race, but he's on the point bubble, and he's had 2 top 5 stages in this race. Second in stage 2, and I think like a second in stage 1. Oh, that was close. As someone hasn't pitted yet. And we're going to get around Major, but back to the point. He just needs consistent finishes, and he'll make the playoffs just fine and dandy. And this race is a really good stepping stone for that. As we've got 23 laps to go, the cycle has worked itself back out. We gain did we gain a spot? No. Cam got +2, Major got -2, and Hunty is no longer in the frame. I think due to pit road or something like that. As Major is just heating up my back, it's just heating up the back of my Quicklist Camaro. I don't want that with 22 laps to go. Maybe with 2 laps to go, but not 22. And we're going to let him go back around. We're going to try to back up to Cam, see what happens. As hopefully the two Team Randall's calls can outsmart the one Team Major and Major Spy. As I think Major was just hauling the mail. The draft is OP here at Atlanta. So if you're like I've always said, if you're within 7/10 of someone you're going to get drafted on, it is what it is. You can't help it. You can only hope to contain it. As we've got 20 laps to go, it's now a 3-person race. And Major makes contact. And he's going to take the point. And that inside line is pretty OP in comparison to the outside line. And so I'm just going to follow him through. Major clips the apron. And it's now the two Team Randall scores are now 1-2. But like I said, he's within distance of drafting. As that was a scary moment. As we're almost hitting crunch time here. And Major is right back in the party. He's 2/10 behind and decreasing. As again, I hit that seam. And then I almost get loose. That's a part of the trick you do not want to hit, because you will go flying. As I'm trying to stay in second, I'm going to try to get around him for the lead, and that is the move. But he's going to come back on with the crossover. And I kind of just messed myself up, didn't I? Because here comes Major underneath. Easy. That is just easy. 16 laps to go. We're all within together. And then Cam slows up, and I hit. Well, Cam decides to come down pit road with 15 laps to go. That, as a team owner, that's just. Ever seen them coaches just break the clipboard over the side of the knee? That's what I want to do, because that was not a good decision at all. There's no way he's going to make it to the end on gas. And also, to compound that, I kind of lost some ground on him. But we're okay. I'm still within 6/10. And with the draft, that will pull me right back up to him. As we all have 2 laps on gas, and now comes the fuel light. And like 14 laps is where you want to hit. If you pit with 16 coming to 15, that's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. It's not gonna work for you. And that's just. That's a shame that guy did that to himself for a chance to win this race. But I gotta live on the Team Randy banner. We come down a lap early. We're gonna be 1 lap to the good on gas. This is when I need the pit crew to be spot on. And we get a 14.8 second pit stop estimated. And hopefully we can live up to that persona. As they come around on the lefts, the tires are doing great. And it's a 14.7 second pit stop. And that's exactly what we needed. Exactly what we needed. In the clutch times of this race. As I'm all alone, and I kind of figure that because we were all alone to begin with, so that's a positive. I don't see Cam though, which is kind of depressing. Really depressing, actually. Because I figure he would be ahead of us. But here comes Major with those Inca having a great run in the top 5. And here comes Major. Are we going to get to him? Looks like he had a good pit stop. And I don't think so. But with 10 laps coming to 10 laps to go, it's going to be between me and Major for this win. I don't know what happened to that 62. But it's now the two of us. As we got traffic, there's Omega in the 72. And here comes Trilogy in the 20 coming out of the pits. I'm going to have to go high right here. And I'm still having to go high. And I'm clear. So 2 tenths, 8 laps. Actually 9 laps. Who can get it done? It's going to come down to who wants it more, who has the best stuff, and who makes the fewest mistakes. As I wouldn't say I'm desperate. I already got a win this season, but I would like to have more playoff points in my back pocket. For the playoffs, we got 8 laps to go. As there it is, Cam is, if something happens, he's right there for the taking. 8 laps to go. Major hits the wall, and it's going to allow me to get to him. And I feel like I can get to the entry. I'm better with entry than him, but coming off, he just gets me. But that draft is keeping me relatively in check. Like, I can just get it to the entry, but he just gets it off exit. However, I got the draft, and that allows me to stay on his back bumper. As I'm just trying to cheat him, as I'm just trying to get to him in the entry. As I almost clip it again, we got 6 laps to go. He clipped the grass. I see a hole. I'm not lifted. We make contact, but there we go. New leader. The 37 with 6 laps to go. Protect the inside line. And he's trying to go high. I'm going to try to keep it low. But that's too low. No! And we make a fatal mistake. That's a good save. But that is heartbreaking. As I was just trying to I was trying to run the straightest line possible. And it just bit me in the butt. Oh, man. And now Major's probably going to get the win. I'm back to third. 4 laps to go. Oh, man. I mean, yeah, that's tragic. That's tragic. I'm not even going to lie. It's not a choke, but I was being desperate. Well, not desperate. I was trying to keep it as straight as I can, and I didn't realize that I was that low in the turn. Like, you can hit that little area next to the cone on pit road and not spin, but if you hit any part of that yellow line in late 3, you're done, and that's exactly what happened. With 2 laps to go, though, I will say I think Major did have the best all-around core throughout the entire race. I would have stolen that win, if you will. So at least the fastest person does get the win, as Cam does run out of gas. Coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go, presented by BJ's Travel Center, #cheap plug. As you see, Cam is now out of gas. And that just breaks my heart, as he's going to fall out of the top 5. tragically. As Major goes on to win the race, I get second, but how far is he going to fall? That's just tragic to see what happened. Inga does get... He's still racing up, but I think he's going to get 8th. And he does. He gets 8th. But we get second. Second is still good. After what happened to us in the first 2 stages, I'll take second. And Cam gets 12th place. 1 lap down. However, he did have 2 great stages. Probably the most stage points. Oh no, he got 3rd. I don't know. He even got 3rd or 4th in the first stage. He got 4th in the first stage, 2nd in the second stage. So he did pretty good. The 3rd stage wasn't what he wanted, but I think he did pretty... He had a pretty good day, considering the circumstances that he needed. Considering the people he was racing around in points, he had a pretty good day. And there's nothing to hang your head down about. And there's nothing to get mad about, as he had a great day. And I hope he listened to that. But, thank you all for watching. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. Next race is Phoenix. 2 races left.